Good afternoon, Mr. Young.
For you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, thanks.
All right. We sound okay?
Yeah, sounds good.
All right. Thank you. We'll be starting in about 3 minutes. Thanks. Okay. If everybody can come on up. Okay. It's 4 o'clock. Mr. Young, can you start the recording, please? Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We are convening and broadcasting this public hearing by video conferencing. My name is Anthony Hood. I'm joined by Vice Chair Miller, Commissioner Wright, and Commissioner Stidham. We're also joined by the Office of Zoning Staff, Ms. Sharon Shelling, as well as the Office of Zoning Legal Division, Ms. Hillary Lovick. I will ask all others to introduce themselves at the appropriate time, and also Mr. Paul Young is handling all of our virtual operations. The virtual public hearing notice is available on the Office of Zoning's website. This proceeding is being recorded by a court reporter, is also webcast live via WebEx and YouTube Live. The video will be available on the Office of Zoning's website after the hearing. Accordingly, all those listening on WebEx or by phone will be muted during the hearing, and only those who have signed up to testify will be unmuted at the appropriate time. When called, please state your name before providing your testimony. When you are finished speaking, please mute your audio. If you experience difficulty accessing WebEx or with your telephone call-in, then please call our OZ hotline number at 202-727-0789 to receive WebEx login or call-in instructions, or if you have not signed up to testify. All persons planning to testify must sign up in advance and will be called by name at the appropriate time. At the time of sign up, all participants will complete the oath or affirmation required by Subtitle Z 48.7. If you wish to file testimony or additional supporting documents during the hearing, then please be prepared to describe and discuss it at the time of your request when submitting. The subject of this afternoon's hearing is Zoning Commission case number 25-05, Harvard University Center of Hellenic Studies, campus plan for 2025 through 2045 at square 2155, lot 802, 3100 Whitehaven Street, Northwest. Again, today's date is July the 28th, 2025. The hearing will be conducted in accordance with provisions of 11Z DCMR Chapter 4 as follows. Preliminary matters, applicant's case. The applicant has up to 60 minutes, but I think this case is pretty straightforward. So if you can do it in 12 to 15 minutes, I think that's sufficient. We have the report of other government agencies, report of the District Department of Transportation, and report of the Office of Planning. And then we have reports of the ANC. In this case, I think we have two ANCs, ANC 2E and ANC 3C. We do have letters in the record in support. Testimony of organizations and individuals, 5 minutes, and individuals 3 minutes, respectively. And we'll hear in the order from those who are in support, opposition, and undeclared. Then we'll have rebuttal and closing by the applicant. So at this time, the commission will consider any preliminary matters. Does the staff have any preliminary matters?
Just very briefly, they have two proffered expert witnesses. Both have been accepted by the commission if the commission would accept them in this case. The first one being Brandis Elliott in planning and Richard Williams from Richard Williams Architects. Both, as I said, have been accepted, and he's in architecture, of course.
Okay, any objections to changing our previous status in our ruling? No
Okay.
objections. We'll continue that status.
Thank you. Of course, the applicant's being represented by Dennis Hughes from Holland and Knight. ANC 2E is being represented by Daniel Chow, and ANC 3C represented by Janelle Pagets. And those exhibits, their reports in support, both of them are at exhibits 7 and 15 respectively, and the OP hearing report at exhibit 13 in recommending approval with some subject conditions, which I believe the applicant has already agreed to. I'm sure they will update you when they come on. And that's at exhibit 13, and DDOT at exhibit 12. Also, no objection as long as the condition implements a TDM plan for the life of the project, which again, I believe the applicant has already agreed to do that, and they will confirm when they come forward. Other than that, I have nothing further. Oh, I'm sorry, I do. I have a preliminary matter with regard to a waiver at exhibits 11 through 11A2. The applicant did update their application less than 30 days prior to the hearing. So they have asked for a waiver to do that it's in the record, but they still have to ask for a waiver for making that submission less than 30 days. So I do ask that the commission, either by consensus or vote, approve waiver request. Thank you. And that will be the end.
Okay. Thank you, Michelle. You heard the request. We can do that by general consensus. Any objections? Okay, not seeing any ordered. Anything else, Michelle? That's it? All right, let's bring Mr. Hughes. Mr. Hughes, you can bring you and your team up. Again, I hope you heard my introductory remarks. This case, I think, is pretty straightforward. You can hit the highlights, and I think we're better suited to asking our questions if we have any. And we'll move in that fashion unless I hear any objections from my colleagues. Does anybody need a 60-minute presentation?
Chairman Hood,
Yes.
Commissioner Mora just called and said he'd like to have a 55-minute presentation.
Don't worry. Tell him when he comes Thursday, he will have a 55-minute.
I'm sorry, I had to throw that in there.
No problem. Okay, Mr. Hughes, you may begin.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chairman and members of the commission. For the record, Dennis Hughes with the law firm of Holland and Knight. Joining me for a presentation today, I have Zoe Lapis, Executive Director for the Center for Atlantic Studies, Richard Williams, David Langdon of Richard Williams Architects, and we have Brandis Elliott, Director of Planning Services here at Holland and Knight. If I could, I'd like to ask Mr. Young to please bring up our presentation file. Okay, great. Thank you. Our presentation this afternoon will be brief. I'd like to provide a quick overview of the application and then per the chair's suggestion, make our team available for any questions you might have. The Center for Atlantic Studies is a leading research institution devoted to the study of ancient Greek culture in its various historical and cultural contexts. The center has been located in its current on its current 6.5 acre campus at the end of Whitehaven Street since its founding more than 60 years ago. It enjoys a secluded setting located between the Chancery of Italy to the east and the Chancery of Denmark to the west, and Dumbarton Oaks Park abuts to the south. Given the property's R1A zoning, the center is subject to University Campus Plan review by the Commission pursuant to Subtitle U, Section 203.3 and Subtitle X, Chapter 1. Campus plan for the center previously have been reviewed and approved both by the BZA and more recently by the Zoning Commission, most recently in 2015. Although the center is reviewed under the University Campus Planning protocols, it is important to note that the center does not operate as a college or university in the traditional sense. There are no faculty employed. There are no students enrolled. Rather, the center maintains a world-class library and research facilities that it makes available to doctoral students and scholars through the award of fellowships on a semester and academic year basis. Currently, up to 12 fellows and often their families reside on campus during their fellowship periods. As is noted in the materials submitted as part of the application, the center is requesting the Commission's approval to continue the current use of the property for the next 20 years. This will include a very limited amount of new construction and building additions as set forth in the facilities master plan. It's primarily intended to allow for the future expansion of the library holdings and dedicated research space for the fellows. We're pleased to note that the project is supported by the Office of Planning and want to thank Mr. Jerkovic for his thoughtful review and input. We concur with OP's findings in its report, including the determination that the campus plan is not inconsistent with the comprehensive plan. In its report, OP recommends approval subject to two conditions. First being that the fellow count not exceed 15 fellows per semester, all of whom are to reside on campus. And the second is that the campus plan approval be valid for 20 years. Both of these conditions are acceptable to the applicant. We also note that DDOT has submitted a report to the record indicating no objection to the application, and we thank Mr. Osberg for his consideration and assistance. As we noted in the pre-hearing submissions, the applicant has made refinements to the master plan to address issues that arose during the course of traffic scoping with DDOT. And particularly, the plan's been modified to remove an earlier proposed surface parking area and also to relocate and reconfigure the contemplated future building projects in order to minimize potential impacts on heritage trees. The updated master plan is included at Exhibit 11 of the record, and should the Commission approve the application, we request this updated plan to be adopted. Finally, as Michelle noted, we'd like to address the request in the DDOT report regarding the center implementing a TDM plan for the campus. The center has provided a letter to the record at Exhibit 14 agreeing to implement the plan as set forth in the DDOT report. We're also pleased to report that the campus plan renewal is supported by ANC 2E, in whose boundaries the property is located, as well as the bounding ANC across Whitehaven Street, that's ANC 3C. Those reports are in the record, as the chair noted, and we would request that they be granted the great weight to which they're entitled. The applicant is engaged with these ANCs, individual SMD representatives and residents in proximity to the property for several months regarding the application, and we're appreciative for the widespread support of the application. For all these reasons, we believe renewal of the campus plan approval for a period of 20 years is appropriate, and we ask the commission to find the application is in harmony with the general purpose and intent of the regulations and maps, and that continued university use will not tend to adversely affect the use of neighboring property because of noise, traffic, parking, number of students, or other objectionable conditions, all as set forth in our various submissions to the hearing record. With this background, we're pleased to stand on the record and answer any questions, or we'll be glad to share more detailed information regarding the center and the master plan should you feel it's needed. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Hughes, and I want to thank Mr. Langdon and Mr. Williams and Ms. Elliott. I know they came prepared to give us a long presentation, but they did such a fabulous job with their legwork that we can kind of condense that. But some of my colleagues may have some questions. So before I go to Commissioner Wright, I do have a question, and I think it was ANC. I think it was ANC. Give me 1 second. Was it 2E? I'm trying to go off my memory, which is dangerous. But one of them kind of alluded to the 20-year renewal. I didn't see anything in the record, unless I missed it, Mr. Hughes, which would dictate not granting that. I didn't see that there's been a problem or any issues for the last 10 years or anything of that nature. Is there any record of any problems with the time frame you had for 10 years? Because I know now you're recommending 20. I didn't see anything in the record where they were.
No problems whatsoever.
Okay. And they weren't, I read that actually twice, and it didn't seem like they were against it. They just were alluding to it. Is that a correct assessment, or do I need to read it again?
No, that you're correct in your assessment, and that was ANC 2E.
2E, okay. All right. I don't necessarily have any questions. I think it's pretty straightforward. And again, I appreciate all the work that everybody's been doing. Do they have any openings so I can learn what all that's all about? But anyway, I did Google what the subject matter was, and I'm sure it's been working well. I think it's 16 fellows. Is it 20?
There are 12 fellows currently and roughly 20 employees.
Okay, gotcha. All right. So with that, I'll go to Commissioner Wright if she has any questions or comments.
Thank you. It's a great plan. The campus is beautiful. There was a little bit of information about preservation of trees, particularly with the construction of the new building that will house the gymnasium and some other functions. Could someone from the architectural team, and hi, Richard, could you describe a little bit about what you're doing in terms of preservation of trees?
Yes, hi, this is Richard Williams. I'm a principal of Richard Williams Architects, and I'm joined with my colleague, David Langdon. We met with an arborist who has been working at the center for many years. It might be helpful to actually shift to the campus plan image itself, and we can probably explain the steps that we're taking, Gwen. And we
Could you please bring back the and go, Richard, would it be the first page?
it actually would be the plan itself. So
Oh.
let's
Okay, we'll go forward then.
move forward, and one more. Keep going through the photographs.
There-
Okay.
there we go. Thank
Here
you.
we are. So this plan is showing, the number of structures that are proposed to be built within the 20-year period. And Ms. Wright is referring specifically to the orange building, which is building number 1, which is a sort of mixed-use facility with a gym and some food services and refectory. One thing I could point out on this plan, you can see lightly all of the topography, all of the contours, which is really a defining feature of this campus. And working closely with the arborist, we've identified a footprint that is certainly not impacting heritage trees and does minimum impact to the special trees. And we anticipate a two-story structure with a walkout basement, and probably constructing it in such a way that we would cantilever the two upper stories when working closely with the Ward 2 arborist. Obviously, this is the campus plan. And when we proceed to further processing of this plan and actual design, we would be working closely with DDOT and the Ward 2 arborist to specifically stake out the plan. But in our preliminary findings, we feel very comfortable, and our arborist feels comfortable that we have a good location and a good foundation footprint, which is the more intense orange color in building number 1. Does that cover that issue, Ms. Wright?
Yes, yes, thank you very much. You know, I think one of the very special qualities of this campus are the trees. And I really do appreciate the efforts that you've made in introducing this new building footprint to try to do it in a way that won't negatively affect the significant trees on the site. So that was really my only question. Otherwise, I think it looks great, and it is a beautiful facility. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Commissioner Stidham, you have any questions, comments?
No questions or comments. Thank you for the materials that you sent for the record.
Thank you.
And Vice Chair Miller.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you to the applicants team. Senator
Vice Chair Miller, you must be trying something new.
I appreciate the you can't hear me?
No, you trying something new. I see you. You go for it, man. You're a man after my own heart. I see you got your yeah, I can't hear you that well though.
Okay. Let me try and speak louder then. Thank you to the applicants team, and thank you for your community engagement, garnering the support of ANC2E and 3C adjacent to across the street. And you've been there for 64 years, which without any problem. And enhancing the neighborhood. So that's great. ANC2E's letter of support referred to your commitment to secure future opportunities of partnership with ANC2E residents. And then so you say that commitment allowed them to, it was partially what allowed them to support this. What are the public facing opportunities that are being alluded to here? I mean, is there use of the library with all the resources that you have there? What is it that you're committing to?
Thank you for the question. I'd like to ask Zoe Lafis, the executive director, to answer that for us. Zoe, I think you're on mute.
Yes, thank you. Good afternoon to all commissioners. In response to this question, as we described, one of the main programs in our campus is our residential fellowship. And that is reflected in very much the campus plan. Aside from that, there are opportunities, and we've had experiences organizing events that have like kind of an outreach nature. lecture that can be public, some workshops, some events that are accessible and can be of interest to a broader, more general public. And this is the area where, after kind of several discussions, we realize we can certainly we've had experiences in those areas with outreach events, but we can build more on that and have a more regular kind of communication and exchange. So this is the general approach to collaborative, kind of activities and such. And they did take place to certain extents in the past. There are events that have attracted members of the community in a small scale, but we think we can broaden that a bit more. The campus, as we mentioned before, has renders itself some the possibility for indoor type of events, lectures and such, but also experiencing the outdoors. And they have been interesting kind of movement, dance kinds of events, or studio art kind of activities that can be of interest. And this is going to be a process, and so just a regularity and a consistency in those kinds of activities. I don't know if I addressed your question specifically, but if you have any further questions, I can clarify.
Yeah, that was very complete response, and I appreciate the response and appreciate that community engagement and.
Forgive me, I cannot hear you a little. Yes. Oh. Yes.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. And I look forward to seeing us more in touch in those venues in the future as members of the community at large. So most welcome.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I have no further questions.
Okay, thank you. Michelle, do we have any member of the ANC here? From ANC 2E or was it 2E and 3C?
Yeah, let me check real quick. I didn't see anyone earlier, but let me check. No, sir.
And Vice Chair, I'm gonna ask you to look at the reports. Just let us know. We can do that when we get there, but if you can get those ready, I know you got those in your hand. Michelle, do we have any other government agency? I know I'm gonna go to DDOT and OP. I'm talking about any other agency like OAG or anybody like that.
No, sir.
Okay, let's go to Mr. Osberg, Department of Transportation. Is DDOT here, Michelle? Oh yeah, I see him. Okay.
Good evening, Chairman Hood and members of the commission. For the record, my name is Erkin Osberg with the District Department of Transportation. DDOT is supportive of the applicant's proposal to establish a campus plan at 3100 Whitehaven Street Northwest in our July 18th, 2025 report, which is in the record as Exhibit 12. DDOT recommended approval on the condition that the applicant commit to a transportation demand management plan, which they have agreed to via correspondence, which is also in the record as Exhibit 14. We look forward to continuing to work with the applicant to implement their campus plan. Thank you, and I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Okay, I'm going to look at my colleagues. Any questions of DDOT? I'm looking at you. Okay, not seeing any. Mr. Hughes, you have any questions of DDOT?
No, sir. Thank you.
Okay, and again, I don't think we have anyone from the ANC, so we'll continue to move forward. Michelle, let's go to Mr. Jerkovich, Office of Planning.
Good afternoon, Chairman and members of the Commission. This is Michael Jerkovich with the Office of Planning. OP recommends approval of the campus plan for the Center of Hellenic Studies with the conditions stated in the OP report. This is the trustees of Harvard University's third campus plan brought before the Zoning Commission and will allow them to continue their mission while expanding to 15 fellows. The comprehensive plan's future land use map identifies this location for low density residential use and the generalized policy map identifies it for neighborhood conservation. This campus plan will not be inconsistent with either of these designations. When evaluated through a racial equity lens, the plan would also not be inconsistent with the comprehensive plan. Location is within the near northwest planning area where the largest demographic group is white, and the area's Black, white, and Asian groups have a lower median income than district-wide median for those respective groups. This campus plan will continue to provide employment opportunities to residents, and the center's continued commitment to housing their full student body on site should prevent any displacement. This concludes OP's presentation for this campus plan. Happy to answer any questions. Thank you.
Thank you. Let's see if we have any questions of Office of Planning. Looking again at my colleagues. All right, not seeing any. Mr. Hughes, you have any questions across the Office of Planning?
No, sir. Thank you.
And the ANCs are not here as we call. So thank you, Mr. Jurgovich, for the Office of Planning's report. Thank you. All right, Michelle, I'm sorry, Vice Chair Miller, could you go through the ANCs for us right quick?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yeah, if you talk loud enough and lean in there, we can hear you.
Okay. I have to make some adjustments here again. So at Exhibit 7, we have a letter addressed to you, Mr. Chairman, from ANC 2E dated June 9th, in which they adopted a resolution of 7-0 in support of this campus plan renewal request. They did state that they, as you alluded to, Mr. Chairman, that although a 20-year renewal request is considerably longer than their last renewal term of 10 years, the location of the campus between two embassies, the quiet block of Whitehaven, coupled with the executive director's enthusiastic and firm commitment to secure future opportunities of partnership with ANC 2E residents, allows our ANC to support this campus renewal request. And so that's ANC 2E. ANC at Exhibit 15, we have a similar letter from ANC 3C dated July 21st, addressed to you from the chair, Janelle Pirates, in which they said they received a presentation, had an opportunity to hear about this application, and that they voted 7-0 just to submit the comments, having no objection to the and supporting the campus renewal request. That's it. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Excuse me. Thank you, Vice Chair Miller, for giving us the ANC reports. Ms. Shelton, do we have anyone who's here in opposition, support, or undeclared either? Anyone that's here present?
We have no witnesses from the public.
No witnesses. So, Mr. Hughes, you all have obviously done a good job in getting prepped and getting ready to come before the commission. So, Mr. Hughes, you have any closing?
Other than to say that we asked the commission to find the application is in harmony with the general purpose and intent of the zone plan, and that the use will not tend to adversely affect use of the neighboring property, and would request the commission's approval for 20-year campus plan renewal. Thank you very much for your time.
Okay, again, I want to thank you, Mr. Hughes, and to the team who prepared this application. We appreciate all the work that's been done. Colleagues, now it's upon us. I think they've done the work, and now it's time for us to do our work. I don't see any issue with us holding this on. I think we didn't ask for anything. I know this is a one-vote case, and I think this is ready to move forward. But let me hear from anybody objects to moving forward. Okay, so I'm going to ask Commissioner Wright if she could make the motion, and maybe Commissioner Stidham, she wants to second it.
Sure. Thank you. I move that we approve Zoning Commission case number 25-05, the Harvard University Center for Hellenic Studies campus plan for 2025 through 2045 at Square 2155, Lot 802, 3100 Whitehaven Street Northwest. And that would be with the conditions that had been recommended by the Office of Planning and by the District Department of Transportation, and that have been accepted by the applicant.
Second.
It's been moved and properly second. Any further discussion? Not hearing. Michelle, would you do a roll call vote, please?
Commissioner Wright,
Yes.
Commissioner Stidham,
Yes.
Commissioner Hood,
Yes.
Commissioner Miller.
Yes.
The vote is 4-0 to take final action in zoning commission case number 25-05, as stated. Commissioner Imamura being the -1, not present, not voting. And we've asked the applicant to provide an order within the next 2 weeks.
Okay, Michelle, I know you're not going to be prepared for this question I'm going to ask you. If I wanted to close the meeting for Thursday, do I have enough time to do it now?
To do a closed meeting?
Can I announce it now and we close it on Thursday? Does it have to be 7 days?
No, 2 days notice.
2 days, no. So I can announce it now.
Yes,
We can close the meeting for Thursday.
right. You're going to read one now?
Yeah. I've been watching another board and that's what they do. So I figured I'll try it too. But I'll probably get in trouble for it, but I'm gonna try it anyway. I will call them and tell them what we've done, or let them know what we've done. We're trying to be obedient. All right. Let me see. In accordance with, let me make sure I'm reading the right one. Okay, in accordance with 405C of the Open Meeting Act, DC Official Code 2-575B, I move that the Zoning Commission hold a closed meeting on this coming Thursday, which is July the 31st, at 3:15 p.m. to discuss what's on the docket. And what's on the docket?
Excuse me. Hi.
Yeah.
I think that we can't move forward with giving that notice in this way right now. Just based on what I know from the Office of Open Government at this moment. So I think it's best not to do that.
Okay, I'm going to do it. Let me tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to do it, and I'm going to reach out to them tomorrow and tell them what I've done. And
Okay.
if that does not follow suit, then we won't have a closed meeting. But I'm at least trying. I'm going to try this.
Okay. Well, we can definitely have one. It's just that it's a question of whether it happens at 3:15 or whether it happens at 4.
And that's the
So,
issue. So
yeah,
I'm going to do it this way. And believe me, I've been in touch with them, and Michelle and I will follow up with them tomorrow. We will follow up with them tomorrow.
Okay.
To discuss zoning commission case number 08-06R, zoning commission case number 11-03N, zoning commission case number 13-14E, zoning commission case number 22-08A, and zoning commission case 22-21A, and zoning commission case number, you know what, let me back up, because I don't want to get a technicality. Zoning commission case 08-06R, which is Office of Planning, zoning commission case 11-03N, Wharf Phase 3, zoning commission case number 13-14E, McMillan Parcel, zoning commission case 22-08A, NRP Properties, zoning commission case number 22-21A, 2229 M Street, zoning commission case number 23-081, Wesley Theological Seminary of the United Methodist Church, zoning commission case number 25-04, Ed Viller, zoning commission case number 25-10, Ultimate LLC, and zoning commission case number 2513, Officer Planning Text Amendment. So I'm doing that now. Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, it's been moved and properly second for a closed meeting at 3:15 this coming Thursday. Once we do the necessary approval, get the necessary approvals, that this is the process one of the processes we can use. All right, it's been moved and properly second. Any further discussion? All right, Michelle, do a roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Hood,
Yes.
Commissioner Miller,
Yes.
Commissioner Stidham,
Yes.
Commissioner Wright,
Yes.
and Commissioner Imamura is not present, not voting.
Okay.
So the vote is 4 to 0 to 1 to have the
Okay.
closed meeting at 3:15 unless notified otherwise.
Subject to approval, and we're gonna reach out
Correct.
tomorrow and try to get that. Okay. So with that, I want to thank everyone for their participation, and I appreciate the applicant in this case indulging us as we try to figure this out and move correctly as the open government open meetings folks has asked us to do. So with that, I want to thank everyone for their participation, all their hard work, and with that, this hearing is adjourned. Good night, everyone. Thanks,
Thank you.
colleagues.
Good
Good night.
night.